You see, this one that the Nigerian federal government has appointed Kwam or have decided to appoint Kwam as the aviation security ambassador after his unruly behavior at the airport. One can only but beginning to ask, what are really the merits to obtain favor and position from this current administration, from this current government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu? What do you really need to do to get into position, to join them, to be with them? Because appointing this man, you can see it's no longer news. He's been there. That FG, Federal Government of Nigeria, to appoint Kwam as aviation security ambassador after all the drama that we saw at the airport. That was indeed an unruly act. What the airport authorities try to stop him from is a normal airport protocol. We've all experienced it. They never allow you to take anything that has liquid into the aircraft. They would not. I've suffered it. There was a time I have to lost my cream, my juice that I bought at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Abuja, flying into Edo State. They said I cannot take it along with me. Said I tried, or I leave you with them there. I left you with the security people there. That is the rules. But there some person think they are bigger than this rule because they are connected. I think from his audio message that is already in circulation, the guy boasted that nobody can do him anything in this country. And we are aware that he's so connected to the center. That is the only way you can do things like that and get promoted. But my question now is this. If Kwam haven't exhibited such acts and he has gotten this favor, what about Comfort? The lady that was really dehumanized. There is no fact, there is no evidence that this lady actually exhibited any unruly act at the airport. Rather, she was a victim of hatred from the disastrous and ill-mannered air hostess who just want to do whatever she wants to dehumanize this lady. Anybody thinking that this lady actually did anything wrong, you are sleeping on top of bicycle. The federal government, regardless of what, would never have let her go if she actually was guilty. They did their investigations. They've done their findings. So my question now is, if Kwam, after doing his own, that is obvious, who even admitted and came out to apologize, got this reward, what now do we have for this lady? What position is federal government going to give this girl? How are you going to say sorry for the dehumanization and the embarrassment? And if she was indeed guilty, how do you now tell her thank you, just like you've done to this one? This is just a question I've come to ask on this video. The federal government of Nigeria, if you are appreciating this guy for some dubious acts, you are telling him now that he's a good role model, that we should all follow suit. Fine, we will. But how do you now tell this girl sorry for the embarrassment? She was innocently embarrassed. So I just want to know, you reward this one with this? What do you now have for this? A simple question. If you guys know the answer, let me see it at the comment section. But if you don't, help me share this video, let it get to them so that they can tell us. You always reward arrogancy and thuggery. And we expect Nigeria to move forward.